Can you guess how many times many sellers hire an agent and it just doesn't work out? They perhaps weren't told the truth. They perhaps had an unrealistic assumption of the market. Whatever the case may be, they hired the wrong agent. They lost valuable time sitting on the market and then have to go back to the drawing board and look for the right agent. And so I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to find and hire the right agent. Okay? And I'm going to do it in some simple steps. So number one, you're going to want to look for agents who are the most aggressive. Okay? The most aggressive. And what does that mean? Well, typically the most aggressive agents will actually find you if you're looking to sell, but you also want to look for people who have a lot of content on the internet and know how to market, because if they're marketing themselves and if you can find them, chances are they're going to be able to sell your home. Now, that is just the first step. That is just the first step on how to find an agent. Now, how do you interview? What to look for? We're going to be talking about that next. So another thing that's very important is you are not going to want to work with a solo agent. I repeat that again. You are not going to want to work with a solo agent, someone who works alone. And here's the reason why. And I don't want to knock any solo agents because they work really hard. But in what business have you ever seen that one person runs the business? So think about that. Have you ever seen one person run, let's just say, a dental office? Does your dentist, when you walk in, do they stand at the front and greet you? And then they run over and say, please sit down, we're going to be with you in a moment. And then the dental hygienist assistant is also them, and they came over and they say, the doctor will be with you shortly, please have a seat. And then they do a cleanup, a cleaning, etc. And then they come back, and then they come back as the dentist, the actual dentist. And they work on your teeth. And then they're like, okay, check out on your way out. And then they go back and they put a different hat on and they say, okay, that's going to be $400, whatever the case may be. Do you experience that? I don't think so. How about when you go to the grocery store? When you go to the grocery store, the person that's stocking the aisles, are they also checking you out and bagging you and then saying goodbye? Oh, and perhaps you may have a problem with your groceries, you need help. Are they also that person? And let's think of a bigger business. How about a large accounting firm? Let's just talk about an accounting firm, okay? Now, is the person, when you call to speak to your accountant, is the person that answers the phone also the accountant? Are they handling all the calls coming through? And then they're also doing your taxes? And then they're also doing the accounting for that firm? And then maybe they're also the CEO and the customer service. I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. So think about, why do real estate agents do everything themselves? It's just not going to result in a successful business. And I'm sure you, as a seller and the client, you're probably not going to want to go along for that ride. I can assure you. So what should you be looking for in a real estate agent? Well, number one, you want to look for someone that is going to be hands-on. So when you hire that person, that's the person that you call when you have problems. You have that person's cell phone number, you can reach that person, and that person will give you updates. And most likely, they might even be showing your home. So what are you going to be looking for? Well, you want to hire somebody that has a team of people behind them. Someone who is hands-on, okay? That is not taking your business and handing it off to somebody else and you don't hear from them again. An agent like me, typically you hire that person, you're in communication with them, they're updating you every week, you have their cell phone, you have their email, and that's the person that you speak with. Now, there's a team behind that person. That team is to support every step of the way of things that need to happen so that you, number one, have great communication, that your property receives incredible marketing, that you have the right marketing pieces in place, that you have the right people that are actually showing your home, not lockboxing it. You have a team of people to host open houses, and you have people to follow up with all the leads and update you on what they're doing to sell your home. Now that is the type of agent that you want to hire, someone with a team behind them so that everything that needs to be done behind the scenes, you can have rest assured that they're being done, and each person on the team is responsible for a specific task. So you don't have one person that's running themselves in circles trying to do everything. It just doesn't work. Okay, the second thing you should look for when you're hiring an agent, test their sales skills. This is so important. I can't tell you how many times that I see agents go on an appointment to meet with sellers and they don't ask the seller doesn't find out how well equipped that agent is to sell. And what are great sales skills? Well, great sales skills are great communication skills, because we really don't have anything to sell other than the home. The home somewhat sells itself, but your agent needs to be able to, again, communicate value and prove value with your home versus the competition that's out there. Okay, in any given market, you're going to have homes that you're going to be competing against to sell. So communication is very important, and sales skills are very important. So next time you're interviewing your agent, or when you plan to interview an agent, you need to assess their ability to sell and test their sales skills. The second thing is, take a look at the agent's schedule. Ask them when they come. Say, hey, can you share with me what a typical day is like for you from the time you wake up, from the time you go to bed? Why would you want to do that? Well, because if an agent has a very unproductive schedule, they're probably not going to be productive in selling your home. Okay? An agent who has a highly productive schedule, you can look at their schedule and you can see, okay, they're hunting for buyers, they're following up with their clients, they're showing properties, they're going and viewing other homes, they're communicating with their clients, they're having team meetings on what needs to happen for homes that aren't getting the activity so that they can have the right activity. You want an agent that has a packed schedule of productive things that are going to actually get your home sold. So ask to look at their schedule. What else? Well, you may want to see a marketing plan, but most importantly, you want to ask how they execute on the marketing plan. You see, because I've worked at big box brokerages, the ones who have all the glitz and glamour, and I can tell you something that I've learned when I was there, is that with all the tools and innovation and technology, very few agents know how to use them. And those tools, that technology, that innovation is only good as your agent's use of them. And so when you're interviewing an agent, find out how they execute on marketing and creating visibility and exposure for your home. Okay, that's very important. What's next? Well, you want to check references. Ask them for current clients so you know who they're currently working with and what the experience is. Past performance is also a good indicator of future success. So reach out to past clients who have worked with that person, and maybe even some future clients that are on the horizon. And in winter in the Chicagoland market, people may not want to sell, but they already know who they're going to be listing with based on their own experience, and maybe reach out to them. Ask that agent, who are you planning to work with in the future, and can I talk to that person? Because that person hopefully has done their own due diligence on why they hired that agent, or they're going to be using that agent. So check your references and look for past performance, because again, that's an indicator of future success. Professional fee is always important. So you're going to want to find out what the agent charges as their professional fee, how they compensate the buyer's agent if there is one. If there's not a buyer's agent, how does the commission work? And then also just really evaluate, is the professional fee that I'm paying this agent worth what I'm receiving? In other words, do I already know by paying them, am I going to be receiving great service? Am I going to have a team of people on my side? Is the marketing going to be extensive and attractive? And am I going to have a lot of eyeballs on my property versus other properties? Is the communication going to be very strong? So when I call my agent, I hear back from them within a reasonable time, and they're telling me everything that they're doing every step of the way to sell my home. Very important. So find out what their professional fee is, and base that question, does it make sense, on what you're going to be receiving from that agent. Also, negotiation skills. When you're meeting with an agent and you're interviewing them, you can test their negotiating skills by trying to push them off and maybe tell them that you're going to get back to them, or whatever the case may be. Try and negotiate their commission or negotiate the price. Because if they're a strong negotiator, they're going to be able to convince you that what they're telling you is the right thing to do. And frankly, very strong agents, aggressive ones, don't quit after you tell them that you're going to think about it. Because truly, a great agent is going to be able to push forward with fortitude and get you to do the right thing that's good for you. If they believe in themselves, and if they have confidence, they are going to ask you to sign them on so they can get to work for you maybe a few times. That same agent has the skills and the fortitude to be able to ask a buyer to buy the home more than once and follow up and ask them to buy it maybe a few more times. That's the kind of agent that you want working for you. Promise you. Okay, so let's recap. What do you need to look for when you're looking for a real estate agent to sell your home? Let's recap. You want great service. You want someone with strong communication and negotiating skills. You want someone that understands how to prep and prepare your home for the sale. You want someone that does have innovation tools and technology, but knows how to execute on them. You want someone with a team behind them, a team of really good people, so that you have rest assurance that the agent that you're speaking with is the agent that you're going to be working with, but they have a team of people behind them to support all the activities and everything that goes on in selling your home. You're also going to want to check that agent's schedule to make sure they are a productive agent and not a non-productive agent. Okay, very important. Get the list of references, past and current clients, and if you can find future clients, that as well. And then remember, evaluate the professional fee. What are they charging on the list side? What are they going to be paying out to the buyer's agent? And if there's no buyer's agent, if maybe the team sells a property, which when you hire someone like us, 4 out of 10 properties, we find our own buyers. You want to find out what the professional fee is then. Now, I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for watching this video. You can reach out to me in a message, or you can call me directly or email me. I come from contribution, always happy to help.